This is the fifth part of the lab in which I add a bypass switch to the already built circuit. And the way I did this was I added an alternate channel via a switch from the end of this potentiometer to ground, but because this is a voltage divider and we want to maintain as much of the voltage as possible so that it is present at the output, we need a large resistor. And preferably, we want a resistor that's larger than our 10K here, which, because it's in parallel with another 10K right here, that means that this could be as low as 5K. So we want a very large resistor. And this one I'm using right now is an audio taper 100K ohm. It doesn't have to be variable, but this allows me to tweak values. Before, I was actually using a 1 mega ohm resistor, and that works fine too. You simply wouldn't have any possibility of changing the amplitude of the wave. So it would just be a bypass, and you'd have to go to circuitry down the line for more adjustment. So let's see what this looks like in action. Right now, we can see that. Let's actually turn it this way. So we can see, just like before, that we have a sine wave. This is the input, and we have this diode heavily distorted wave right here. And that is with the switch on in this setting. And as before, we can adjust this main potentiometer. So we can adjust the input voltage, and that changes slightly the curvature of the diode's clipping. So that is the circuit as it was before with the crossfader. Now let's switch it to the other side, and you can actually see that the two waves are pretty much indistinguishable. Here it is before, here it is after. You can just barely see that the two, well, it's not coming up well on camera. You can see that the two waves are pretty much identical. So because this 100K is at least 10 times larger than this configuration right here, which is either 10K if this one's 0, or 5K if this one's also 10K, because resistors in parallel will divide the effective total resistance. Regardless of all that, you can see that the result we get is a clean sine wave that has effectively bypassed the circuitry entirely. And so that is it for this part of the lab. Thank you very much for watching.